Eastbourne Borough's leading network group, Borough Means Business, met in April as the election hustings moved into its final stages. Participants had the chance to hear from two of the leading candidates, Caroline Ansell and Stephen Lloyd. This is Caroline's address.
This club is so much more than you might anticipate at first glance, and there are two particular aspects of club life here that are really close to my heart that we've just been discussing. One is in the provision around nursery, because time after time it has been shown that very, very early years schooling and learning can transform life chances. So it's incredibly powerful what's happening here. And alongside that, helping older people to engage with this wonderful World Wide Web. Because all the evidence again shows that you can be disenfranchised to the tune of £500 a year if you are not online. But you are at risk of really losing out and losing connection. And what an amazing window on the world the internet can be for people in those later years too. And all of that and so much more, so much success, so much promise, all happening under this very roof. For me and my priorities. I've been in the business of education, rising up the next generation of footballers, business leaders, engineers, medics, and powerfully behind that is that belief that every person, no matter what their background, has something unique to offer the world, and helping every individual to realise their potential. I am unashamedly pro-business, so is my party. There are many good reasons for that, not least because it's business that powers our economy, and it's business that builds our hospitals and builds our schools. And I have some very personal reasons why the NHS is embedded in my political DNA. And it explains the reason why I've moved from the world of education, where I was stepping into headship, to treading a political path. A few years back, my son, then 5, shock diagnosis of a brain tumour. It changed the course of my life. And as I nursed him back to health, and as he recovered, I had such a powerful sense of wanting to serve the community and give something back. My son's life was saved in the NHS, and the only questions we didn't have to ask, will he walk again, will he have speech, all of those we covered. The only questions, how much will it cost and how will we ever afford it? So I feel like I have this huge debt of gratitude to this, our country, and I'm passionate about Britain, and I love our hometown. I'm as local as Eastbourne Rock. 4 generations of my family live in the town. I have plans for new prosperity. So in terms of those priorities, and in terms of bringing supporters to the club, the A27, obviously top of my list. Because for a town like ours, where we want to build this really exciting new conferencing future around the Devonshire Park, the fact that one of our conferencing businesses in the town said because of the road, the experience of travel, they have lost £700,000 in business is something that we absolutely need to wrestle with and transform. The A27 is as strategic to us in terms of our business future going forward as the umbilical cord. And all of that, of course, is on the line. We have won funds in this first tranche, and there are plans for more. Because just after the election, a decision will be made around airport capacity that could transform our local economy. One man said it could be as significant and strategic as the Olympics were for East London, for us. Because Gatwick's second runway, they have pledged that 40% of everything that they procure around this build will be dedicated to local businesses, and they will look very favourably on small business and consortium of small business. 40% of an enormous rollout, so it could mean real prosperity, and in that mix, jobs and apprenticeships, and it's across the piece. And that's just in prospect thereafter. Train links as well, because we are a coastal community. We will rise, we will fall based on our transport links. Somebody said to me, planes, trains, automobiles, are you an anorak? No, it just happens to be that this is our moment for strategic, serious investment that will ensure that we move into a next generation with opportunities for everyone in the town. And for me, that's what builds community too, that people can have the hope of prospects, good, skilled work, their own home, all of those things. I think we've got a really exciting future ahead. We have so much potential. But you know, in a recent survey, in terms of tourism, when they said, if you don't come to Eastbourne, you know, why not? And the main response was, well, why would we? We are not on the map, and yet we are on the doorstep to world-class, iconic landscape as nowhere else. We live in an amazing place. So much more than that, it's about the people, and we've got a really strong community here. And so for all of those reasons and so many more, I'm hoping that in just days now, I will have the tremendous privilege of representing you in Parliament. So many connections across the town, and delighted and slightly aged to see a former pupil in the room, hailing back from my days in school. So everywhere I go, people I know, places I've been, I love this town and really hope to do full justice to that role in the hereafter.
Thank you.